How to make the perfect
TAHDIG. Wow.
First, I'm going to run through all of the ingredients. Make sure you save this video. So the first thing you need is a good quality pot or gobbler. I have the Baccarat stone one. It's my favorite to cook TAHDIG in or rice in general. Second thing, you're going to need rice. So I use this rice mixed in with an Iranian rice. This rice is extra long grain. It's the brand Watani, and you can get it from like Middle Eastern supermarkets or Indian supermarkets. Pretty much any brand, as long as it's extra long grain. I mix about 50% of this rice mixed in with 50% of Iranian rice. We use an old supplement tub to mix our rice. So here's all the rice here. 50% is the Watani extra long grain rice. The other 50% is the Iranian rice. I mix it in fully and then I just use this glass cup. Now you're going to need bread. There's a couple of different types of bread you can choose. So the first type of bread is Afghan bread. This one we call sanyak. One side has lots of little holes in it. The other side is like that bubbly bread look. Or you can use Iraqi bread. I personally like both of these breads, but this one's easier to get over the sanyak. Then you're going to need butter, either block butter or butter in a tub, whatever you like, whatever butter you choose, it doesn't matter. Also, you're going to need oil, and of course, you're going to need table salt. I personally like to do around about 4 cups because I know that we're gonna have left over for tomorrow. Now we're going to wash the rice. I like using a medium lukewarm water, and you're going to grab the rice in your hands and really massage it. I want you to give this rice a full body massage, and you want your water to look cloudy at the start, and when your rice is clean, it's going to be clear water. See how the water's pretty much clear now? So now I'm going to show you how much water to put in, because people say, oh, double it up to what the rice is, whatever. This is the Iranian way how to measure how much water to put in. Start off with putting the water in the rice. So you're going to get your finger and you've got one line here, one line here. You are going to measure it to in the middle of this part of your finger. So you're going to just even out the rice on the bottom, and then you're going to get your finger from the pad of your finger and you're going to put it in, and if it reaches that middle of that line, that's enough water, and that is absolutely perfect. Now what you're going to add is salt. Iranians love salty rice, and you're going to add your butter. I prefer 2 big dollops of butter. I really like buttery rice, and no one said this is a healthy recipe. Now you're going to turn your stove on, and I will show you the next step, but wait until the rice is completely in a boil. I personally don't like to stir it. I like to just leave it as is and see how there's bubbles forming around it and almost like holes forming inside the rice. See how those holes are super prominent now? That's when you know it's ready. So here's the par-cooked rice. You can either use the same pot, or I have another pot that's exactly the same, so I'm just going to use that, and you're going to transfer the rice. But first, get the oil of your choice and put the oil in. There's a fine line between too little and too much. There's never too much. So you're going to coat the bottom of the pot where the bread is going to sit on. Bread is obviously too big for this pot. I rip it into sizes like this, and you're going to just lay it on the bottom of the pot, overlapping the sides a little bit. There's our bread in the pot, and now you're just gonna put the rice on top. I like to grab the end of the wooden spoon and just create a few holes to mimic the holes that were happening when you were cooking it earlier. Meet my dedicated TAHDIG towel. So you're going to get a tea towel that's clean. You're going to put the lid on top, and you're going to just fold it through. It took me ages to learn how to do this because the lid is so tight, but I found my favorite tea towel to use, so I just keep it to the side. I like to put it through the loop on either side, and then these 2 here, I like to fold it on top and tie it like so, and then this is going to be your lid. So turn your heat back on, and you're going to put it on a low heat on your lid, and let it cook for about 23 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 23 minutes, about 1.5 minutes off, and I'll show you how I know it's ready. I open the top and I smell it. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. It's a lot of trial and error and knowing how long to cook it for. So the first couple of times you might not get it perfect. Second way, I get a butter knife and I slide it down the side of the pot and I don't look, I just lift it up and you can feel if the actual bread underneath is cooked. There is a thin line of burning this bread. We do not want to burn it, but you can start to smell once it starts to burn, and that's when you take it off the heat. Get yourself a big plate that will cover the diameter of your pot. Ready, Kia? One, two, three.
Bang! Wow, the noise so good.
Yeah. All right.
صداش خوبه بابا.
Let's see if I've burnt it or not. Wow. Cheers.
Cheers.